Bulking up and building muscle can be very hard as a skinny guy, but if you break it down into a few simple, key, actionable steps that you can replicate and follow, gaining weight will be no problem at all. In this video, I'm going to tell you the biggest differences that made me go from skinny to muscular. So the first thing is we got the diet. And more specifically with the diet, we have your relationship with food. Let me just try to sum it up with a simple story. So I was at my friend's house, and he's a really skinny guy. He struggles to gain weight. When he wants to hit the gym, he goes to the gym, but he struggles to, see much progress and even gain weight. It's a very arduous task for him. And he claims to also eat a lot of food, but just no matter what, can't gain weight. However, at his house, when I see him eat sometimes, when I watch the way he eats, his eating habits, I notice that a lot of the times his plate's half finished, he's leaving things behind. Like if he has a sandwich, he'll leave the crust. If he has a plate of, food, he might leave like half the chicken out or something. And so I'm not saying that, that little bit of crust, that smile piece of crust that he left out is, the 30 calories represents the difference between skinny and big. But you have to understand that the fact that they left it out represents the relationship he has with food, which is what is the difference between being skinny and big. You see, when I was skinny, I remember I had that same relationship with food where I really didn't want to finish my plate. I was forced to finish my plate. A lot of times, I was really picky with my food. I didn't want to eat this part of the food or that part of the food. I would leave stuff behind unless I got yelled at to finish it. But as I got older and I started loving food more and more, I started eating other food takeout. My mom's cooking probably got better. She tried doing other foods as well. And so I really started to like food a lot more. And I would always clean my plate every single time. I didn't need to be told or anything. I love to do it. I go for seconds, whatever. I had to actually be stopped from eating. And so the same idea applies to skinny guys. A lot of skinny guys are, they're picky. They'll leave stuff behind. They don't love food. They won't finish food. You can tell, when they're eating food, they're not really interested in the food. They're more interested in conversation, checking their phone, getting distracted, doing other things. If you're a skinny guy, the best thing you can do for your diet is learn to love food. I don't know what it's going to take for you. For me, before when I was skinny, when I was, a small child, I was forced to eat. I didn't really like to eat. I'd only eat if I was extremely hungry or if, I was forced to eat like a meal. Probably because, it was only my mom's cooking with rice and curry. We had that kind of mentality. We didn't want to eat out at all. I was taught that's bad for your health and bad for your wallet as well. It's true to some extent. As I got older, we started eating out more. Maybe my parents stopped believing it's all poison, like KFC and stuff. But I started liking different kinds of foods. I think my mom's cooking got better as well. So I started to really enjoy that too. On top of that, I was a teenager, so I could eat whatever I want. And it wasn't really that bad for me. So my relationship with food started changing a lot during this time. And so I would say for you, if you're skinny and you're struggling to grow, try to change your relationship with food. Spend 1 week every day, go out and buy, some kind of takeout. Don't buy garbage, but, maybe one day get shawarma, one day get burrito bowl, one day get KFC, one day get pizza, maybe one day get McDonald's. Every day get something. Learn to love food. Eat lots of food and learn to enjoy it. Take your time with your food. Have meal time where it's you're not looking at your phone. You're not distracted by friends. You're just focused on eating the food that's in front of you because you love to eat it. And don't be picky. Don't be leaving stuff behind. Don't be, leaving out ingredients. You want to be changing your whole relationship with food. You love food. Food is something that fuels you. It sustains you. It's going to grow you. It's not a chore. It's not an obstacle. It's the path. It's what's required. So do your best to learn to love food. All right, next up we have training. So a few things about training. The basics I'm just going to cover. For training, hit each muscle group twice a week. So most common splits do hit that except for the bro split. If you're doing the bro split, switch to, push-pull legs, switch to upper lower, full body, something that's going to allow you to hit each muscle group twice a week. If you want to actually train for muscular growth, you want your muscles to grow, you want to be hitting everything twice a week. Bro split only does it once a week, and the difference is night and day between twice a week and once a week. So make sure you do everything twice a week. The last thing I have to say is it's going to be fucking hard, man. You're training It's going to be really hard. There's no other way around it. It's going to be painful. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to feel good. But you have to realize if you want to experience growth, if you want to actually make a significant change to your body, it's not optional. Training to failure is not optional. If you only train to the point where it gets hard, or when it gets uncomfortable, or when it starts to burn, that's the point where you have to push harder so you can get to the actual failure point. If you're not doing that, if you're stopping at this point of discomfort, your growth will be limited, very, very limited. The hard truth is most people can't do this, and you actually absolutely do need to have this in order to experience growth. Failure means gun to your head, you cannot do one more rep. Failure means for $1 million, you can't do one more rep. If someone had $1 million there next to you, said, Bishmar, do one more rep and you get $1 million, I wouldn't be able to do one more rep because I totally exhausted myself. I guarantee you, if I stood next to you for $1 million to do one more rep, you could do like 5 more reps for $5 million. You won't do it for your own gains, but for $1 million, you got that one more rep. You got 5 more reps. So it's funny, but this is the thing that I noticed that most people just actually cannot do, and you need it. It's the unsexy truth about building muscle. You need this one thing. And lastly, it goes without being said, you got to be consistent. Your body and your brain are naturally going to resist to change. You're only going to change and adapt if it's absolutely necessary. So you have to make your mission to stay consistent. If you don't, your body's not going to change. It's not going to adapt or grow. So you need to train your body to adapt to the stimulus so that you can experience the change that you want to see. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, be sure to check my link out in the description below for my personal guide. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next one.